Alexandra Botyuk here, real estate salesperson, and today we will talk about purchasing condo, whether it is a resale or new condo. We are interviewing George Shalamay, the VP of CityTowers. It's a property management company. He is also one of the principals of the company, and the company manages 25 condominium corporations, ranging from 13 commercial units to 500 condominium residential units. In total, more than 3,000 suites. So, George, can you tell me what a buyer has to be aware of when going into condo? Because we have houses. This is, if somebody has never owned a condo or lived in a condo and all of a sudden they decided to move into condo, what those people have to be aware of?
Okay. There are two major types of residential condo units. It's a townhouse and a high-rise condo unit. Okay, so I understand we'll be talking more about high-rise condo units, if you're okay
yes,
with
please,
that. Yes,
yes.
Okay. So normally, major characteristics, we all know about major characteristics, that search characteristics for a purchaser, which is, there are major three of them: location, location, location. Then we're talking about probably you have to assess market price, and the price is major criteria for buying decision. Size of a condo unit, layout of the unit,
number of bedrooms,
finishings of the unit. So it's all well-known issues, and of course amenities, because at maximum you as a real estate realtor, you have to go and check some amenities, show amenities. But what concerns me as a condominium property manager, that practically at amenities you stop your providing your information about the condo. Let's talk about buying a condo from property managers' perspective. What besides of all these important things, what I would check? I would check first of all cleanliness of the property, okay, which is important for you. And we are not talking about, normally you'll check the lobby. Just go and check stairwells, because sometimes you need to, and that will tell you how good is the building, how general cleanliness of the building is, how good is the management enforcing the cleaning contract. Second very important thing to consider is noise. Noise issues in a condo. We're not talking about noisy neighbors. No, we're talking about mechanical and technical noise that you may have in a unit. Okay, and very important thing. Imagine you bought a very excellent unit, beautiful finishings, excellent layout. You're happy, and all of a sudden you find out that on top of you there is an elevator room, or and you have all this mechanical noise
inside your condo.
So yes, and on the one hand you're enjoying beautiful view of CN Tower, but on the other hand you have
constant
to deal
noise,
and maybe it's an ongoing legal battle between this unit and a condominium corporation, or just something less. But for example, you bought a unit adjacent to fitness room, and you have those dumbbells noise traveling. Normally, people like to drop those dumbbells, and you basically
hear all that all the time.
Face all the music, so to speak. So it's very important that you check the possible technical, mechanical noise that may come into the unit. The third very important thing is how rules are being enforced in a condo. Very important. Why? Because close proximity living in a condo dictates that everyone has to follow condominium rules or house rules. For example, by the way, this is why we prefer condos over rental buildings, because rules are more strictly enforced in a condo than in rental buildings. That's from my experience.
In terms of, I will interrupt you if you don't mind, in terms of enforcing, how can you enforce those rules and regulations onto the owners of the unit?
Okay, how? We have a certain procedure to follow. Normally, if for example, your client comes to management after he or she purchased the unit, and she comes to, look, I have a noisy party above me, and normally they file complaint to management office. By the way, this same complaint they free to file to city of to their municipality, city of Toronto or city of Mississauga or wherever it happened to be. So, and they have their own noise complaint. Mm-hmm. Okay. By the way, if noise is very excessive, they have the right to call police even, and police will determine if this noise is excessive, and they can fine and they can do something right on the spot. This is one thing to do. Mm-hmm. Okay. But normally, if this is something that you decided to bring forward to management, which is 99% of the cases, management will have to respond on this. Again, we're talking about good management. They will send a letter. Then if this is repeats, they send the second letter, and then they have to involve lawyers to enforce this rule, and which could be, then it proceeds to mediation, arbitration, and all these legal issues. Again, those issues, legal issues, may be costly for those who violate and break the rules.
Thank you. And when someone is buying the unit for the first time, a condo unit for the first time, mm-hmm. what these people have to realize, because the ownership is different between a house and a condo. So what they have to look into beyond the location, beyond the price, beyond the floor plan, number of bedrooms, bathrooms, what they have to look and discover for themselves.
Before buying a unit, if you're a first-time buyer,
yeah,
you have to ask yourself, am I a condo person? Okay, because sometimes you're not, so to speak, designed for a condominium. You don't want to follow the rules. You don't buy a condo. You buy a house. You want you like to redo your change walls, build different do changes for structural changes. Then don't buy a condo. If you're okay with the rules, then buy a condo. What rules
can you give me some examples of what restrictions can the owner have?
For example, now what is in fashion now is enforcing pets rules. Mm-hmm. Okay, many dog owners they have to check if this building, if this condominium allow dogs in a building. And what weight of dogs, because some condominiums they have weight restriction. We always crack a jokes that sometimes property manager has run after the dog and, can I weigh your dog? Maybe it's more over 25 pounds. Your dog has to lose the weight. But it's jokes. But normally, yes, you have to know what you're looking into. You're not buying only the walls, finishings, layout. You're buying condominium declaration. You're buying rules. You're buying bylaws. You'd better spend some time to carefully read those declaration and understand what you're buying.
Where do we get this information?
In the status certificate. Before buying, you obtain status certificate, and this status certificate must be given to future purchaser and to her lawyer. And this status certificate has attachments. Declaration, bylaws, rules, budgets, reserve fund study, contracts. It's all attachments to this status certificate that you're obtaining, and you'd better read it very carefully.
Well, sometimes the owner is not savvy enough to understand all the language. I understand that lawyer reviews the status certificate, and lawyer usually reviews for liens on the unit, like for certain elements. Is there somebody who can review and help those people
It's a very interesting question. It's sometimes challenging for a lawyer to review and spend enough time to review the declaration and all this status certificate and all the attachments. We are talking about 300 or more pages, and we are paying basically 2-3 hours to a lawyer. Okay, and again, this is not sufficient time for a lawyer to review the status certificate.
Details.
So it's basically self-help remedies. You have to read yourself or get some consultation from experienced property management company, because all property management company provides this service that
they will know.
We can
they
review.
will know. Yeah.
An experienced real estate agent also is very helpful. She or he can review status certificate themselves, depending upon their experience, of course. But if there's something serious in status certificate, normally lawyer will recognize that red flag and provides this education to a future potential buyer.
Alexandra Botyuk, real estate salesperson, on a general topic of buying condo with George Shalamay, who is a VP of CityTowers Property Management Company. Can you please give me a little bit more information as to what are the first steps of a new owner? So I bought my condo, here it is, I come to my four walls, and what should I do?
First of all, you will not come to your four walls that easy. Okay. You bought a condo, you've got your closing, you finished your closing, okay. Next step would be a call to management company.
Okay.
Say, hello, I'm a new owner. And I would advise to schedule a visit to a manager, to property manager, to get the introduction and talk to property manager. And they will provide you with the, first of all, you have to fill up the forms, okay, that required for a condominium, because each condominium have some forms to fill out. And the condominium corporation has to know who belongs to the building. It's your security, and we have to know, for example, is any person with like, for example, what cars you have. Well, if there's any person that requires help during emergency situations like fire situation and so on and so forth, and some other very important things, you have to and you probably will have questions about FOBs. Where's my parking spot? And some people they see the first time their parking spot. And so on and so forth. So first, I strongly advise that you have to pay a visit to a management to property management office in your building. If this is a townhouse, you have to call your management company, and all information is provided with the status certificate. Second thing, I can't stress this enough, that you have to take the status certificate that you have been provided by the management company at the time of purchase and read it carefully. Especially, you need to read carefully the cover letter for status certificate. This is where a good management company provides all the information in cover letter. How can you move in? What's the hours of move-in? Because again, the good condominium always have rules, and they are strictly enforced. You cannot bring a huge truck to a condo and say, hey, I'm the owner here and I want to move in on Sunday. No. And management company and front desk, they will call police on you if you're breaking the rules. And by the way, this is how you learn that rules are cut in stone in a good condo. By the way, those rules will work in your favor in the future, because on Sunday you don't want anybody to move in. You're for example going to your church or to your guests or getting guests, and all of a sudden you have the truck right in the main,
and you can't even get out,
and it's not a nice scene for you. So then you appreciate that the rules are in place. Okay, and rules are for everybody. So basically, in short, in summary, two things. You read the cover letter to status certificate, where it's clearly written what you have to do, how you have to do. You have to figure out, by the way, if the last payment of maintenance fees have been paid, and who paid those maintenance fees.
Usually a lawyer deals with that.
Lawyers deal with that, but you'll be surprised that sometimes, especially first buyers, if they don't move in for 1, 2, 3 months, for some reason, they may find out that their unit has been liened. Okay? Again, it's something that you have to pay attention. At the time of your coming to the first time to management office, you raise this issue. What about payments? Can I get on a pre-authorized payment plan? It's very important. The management company will provide you with the form where you can go on pre-authorized payment plan, which is automatically payment. The money is taken from your account. All you have to take care that the money are available on your account. Okay, and then you have a peace of mind. Even if the maintenance fees increase, and they will always increase, they never go down, still it takes automatically all the payments.
The proper payment
you should
amount.
not worry about writing another bunch of checks. Mm-hmm. Okay, so those are the main issues when you're having
the first step.
First steps when you purchased a new condo.
Can we talk a little bit about the importance of insurance, the owner's insurance?
Can't stress this enough. Insurance is the key, because sometimes the owners think, condominium corporation has insurance, so I'm insured. Condominium corporation insures many things, but the condominium insurance is not insuring the following. We're not insuring the owner's reliability inside his unit. Okay, so if someone important celebrity comes to your unit and you have lofts and he broke a leg and legs cost $20 million, so liability is yours. You don't have insurance, you're in trouble. So it's what we call liabilities, owner's liability insurance. Second, very important thing, deductible insurance of your deductible. Condominium corporations known that there's a trend that it's always increases because of the leaks, because of the other issues. Insurance companies increase the deductible that is
for the condo corporations.
Not for condo, for unit owners deductible.
For the
portion.
owners, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So and condo corporations deductible also increase. So average deductible is $5,000. To $10,000
for the owners.
For the owner. So if something happened, for example, you left the owner is negligent, okay, and he for example left tap open and went to cinema or somewhere, and then the deductible is the owner's responsibility. Mm-hmm. Deductible could be, I saw condo, you'll be surprised, and this is what one HVAC technician, HVAC service manager told me. They service a condo as the deductible $250,000, as much. Okay, it's kind of a war story, but average deductible nowadays $10,000 to $20,000. It depends how old is the condo, because a new condo, the new condo is about from $1,000 to $5,000. Then, with the time, it gets increased $10,000. So the first question would be, what is my deductible? And if you bring all the documents received from the management company to your insurance agent, and then it will be responsibility of your insurance agent to review those documents and provide you with adequate insurance policy that covers deductible, covers your liability, covers all the improvements. Very important that, for example, find out your floor is improvement or not. If it's improvement, it's not covered under standard unit by law of the corporation, and you have to
repair in case.
It's your responsibility to repair. It's your responsibility to insure it. Mm-hmm. Okay, very important. So all improvements are not covered.
What
plus
improvements?
All furnitures. Basically, if you know what, it's a test. If you turn over your condo upside down, whatever comes out of this condo, it's something. This is what you have to ensure. Plus, sometimes you have to check your standard unit bylaw. Sometimes in standard unit bylaw, for example, such things as flooring, carpeting is not covered. And again, this is very important to ensure those the flooring and carpeting in your unit.